All right. Hello, baby. All right, guys. So we are just doing this as kind of a journal, as videos for things that we do and don't like.
Vlog.
A blog or a vlog, but
Vlog.
We're gonna put it on YouTube, but we're not trying to get subscribers to make money or anything like that at all. We're doing this just strictly for people to see what we're doing. So we have a book. It says Stop Wishing, Start Doing. And we are full-time RVers. And so, hello family, friends, and folks. This is Warren's in real life.
Yes.
This week we're in the DC metro area. We're staying at Fort Belvoir's family camp.
Yes. Beautiful.
It's really nice. It cost, so we'll go through it. We've been here for 1 week. We got here last Wednesday, and we leave Tuesday, tomorrow. So we've been here for a week exactly. It has 50 amp hookup. It has water. It has the 50 amp. It's got cable. It has a bathhouse.
And it also has 30 amp if you have a 30 amp.
Yes, it also has 30 amp as well. It has cable.
Cable, yes.
Yeah, and it
you
also
just have
has,
to bring your own cable.
Yeah, you have to bring your own coaxial cable to hook up. And what else does it have? Oh, it has a shower house.
And it also has washer and dryers.
Laundry facility here too, which was how much?
It was about $1.75 to $2.50 depending on what you did for the washer. And then for the dryer, it was about the same price depending on what setting you put it on. So just make sure you bring quarters, and if you don't, there is a shopette about half mile down the road. The commissary and PX are about a mile and a half down the road. So
Fort Belvoir is an active duty military post, so they have a really nice commissary.
Yes.
A really nice PX and a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
And
Dunkin'.
it's got we've seen what, 3 shopettes?
Two
Two shopettes. And one of the shopettes over by the commissary sells diesel, so that's good. We paid $55 a night. That is a higher price than most, but
Correct.
This is our first time out. We wanted to go to a place, and I think we might have set ourselves up for failure. Like, we really, for the idea, like, everything after this might be...
Yes, after talking to a few full-timers, they said this is one of the nicer places. But we go to a place coming up this week, and we'll let y'all know later on.
Yeah, we're
next
going
week
to York, Pennsylvania next.
Yep.
But this is about Fort Belvoir. So that's all the hookups. Do you want to talk about the metro system?
Okay, so when we went to DC, we drove down to Huntington Station, and then we got our metro.
Huntington.
Isn't that what I just said?
Maybe. Huntington Station.
I just talked too fast.
What, 8
I
miles?
apologize.
8 miles?
Yeah, about.
8 miles away. Go ahead.
And then it's a park and ride place. So we picked up our Metro passes there, and it's easier to do it at the kiosk. I try to refill it online and with the app, but it takes 48 to 72 hours. The lady at the, what do they call the people in
The customer service desk there.
Yes. And I tried to do it an hour before we left, and she was like, "Oh no, baby, it takes 48 to 72 hours," which I did not know. So
we literally couldn't use it.
Right. So it's just easier to refund it at the kiosk. So
Because it's instantaneous.
And then
How much was the day pass for each of it?
$13 for unlimited day pass.
So you could drive the metro every train stop you wanted all day. It doesn't matter.
We were going to get the 3-day unlimited pass. However, it was cheaper for $28 for 3 consecutive. But we weren't going downtown DC 3 consecutive days.
Yeah, that was the downside.
Somebody
to that.
wanted us to go uphill 2.5 miles.
We'll talk about that.
So we took a break in between. So
Yeah,
we
there was
just saved a couple bucks, but that's
it was
all.
cool. The 3-day pass would be cool if you could do it like the day you swipe it is the day it activates for a day, and then if you skip a day and activate it, but it's not. It's 3 consecutive days. You have to do it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can't do Monday, take Tuesday off, use Wednesday, take Thursday off, use Friday. So it wasn't really worth it to us because we weren't doing that. What else would the met? It was $8.50 to park for the day. Like, we don't know how long, but we know we got there one day at like 8:30 in the morning, and we left like 7 o'clock at night.
I think it was $8.95.
Yeah, it was like it was under $9 the whole day parking.
Yes.
And so that was a good thing.
Which brings us into planning. So we did not plan per se. We're used to coming here and the Smithsonian, you just be able to walk in, everything's free. However, with COVID, things have changed, which we knew things had changed. We just didn't know how drastic they had changed. So the number one, they limited the amount of people that can go in there. And then we knew everybody had to wear a mask. Although Virginia does if you're completely vaccinated and you've had both COVID vaccines. In most places you don't have to wear a mask in. However, you have to reserve times. Even though Smithsonian is free, you still have to reserve times to get into the Smithsonian.
You couldn't just walk in like when we were kids.
Right. Trying to get those same day or the day before time slots
like,
did not happen at all.
I would kind of consider it like eBay, but for free. Or like if you're trying to buy concert tickets, like you're literally there at 10:59 on your computer.
Yes.
Waiting to get in the museum, and you're sitting there pushing refresh, trying to get a ticket, and we won 0 times.
Correct. So
and that was just now.
But you can do it 30 days in advance, but you can't do it within that month. So like when we got here, we tried to log on. We tried to do the Holocaust Museum, which is another free museum that you go into. But at 11 o'clock each day, you could try to get same day tickets. However, we had every single device we had and every single computer, laptop, and cell phone, and we all failed that mission. Trying to get same day
literally
tickets.
Art museum, prehistoric museum, Holocaust museum, every
American
museum,
History Museum.
every day we were trying to knock one out to try to get into one, and we failed epically. Like it goes that quick, especially now. And if you're watching this is June of 2021, a year after COVID, a year and a couple months after COVID, and it's still on lockdown. We're hoping that it'll end next time we're coming through here.
Yes.
Which should be next year when we're heading north again.
So get your tickets or reserve your times.
Yeah, so if you want to see
30
museums,
days in advance.
If you want to see the museums, you should be thinking 30 plus day in advance to get your tickets for museums here. Now,
except the International Spy Museum.
The Spy Museum.
That was fun, but we paid a little bit for it.
Yeah, the Spy Museum is not sponsored by the Smithsonian, so it's not a free museum. However, it was worth every penny we paid.
Yes, they said it would take us about 2 hours to get through 2 floors. I think we spent like an hour and a half on one floor, and then we were trying to push ourselves through the second floor. There were just so many different things. We're a little nerdy and we're very inquisitive, so for us it was amazing to go through.
It was really cool. Like we had placed bets on the way into the Spy Museum. Like I said, I want to see a telephone shoe. I was thinking Get Smart from the 60s or whatever.
I went to see a lipstick gun.
She wanted to see a lipstick gun, and Ashlyn's was... I can't remember what Ashlyn's was.
I think she just wanted to decode and decrypt.
A decoder, yeah.
Yes.
So there was no shoe phone, there was a shoe recorder.
Correct.
But there was a lipstick gun. It was stuff like that. It was really cool. It was very informative, not kiddie, but it was fun. It wasn't a museum where you're like, oh, look at this piece of...
It was very interactive.
It was very interactive, too. We got little badges that said we were an agent.
We got our secret name, and anytime we logged on to do anything interactive, you had to remember your name, where you're from, all different kinds of things that we like to do.
I would say 10 and above, blast.
Yes.
10 years old and above, your kids, everyone will have a blast at the Spy Museum.
Reading and comprehension are very important when you go in there.
Okay, we'll go over the things that we saw each day, and then we'll tell you what our favorites were. So we came in, the first day we were in D.C., we went to the Spy Museum.
Yes.
We went to the monuments. We did walk-bys of the Washington Monument.
Yeah, we did do the Smithsonian Haupt Garden. Haupt, H-A-U-P-T, Haupt Garden.
Oh, yeah, the sculpture garden.
Correct.
That was closed to walk through.
Because the institute was closed.
We walked around. We did the trucks, the food
truck alley.
Yeah, food truck alley was really cool. It was mostly just walking around, a lot of sightseeing. For that day, I would say Spy Museum was awesome. It was so cool. Now, things are powerful. Like the Washington Monument, we went and saw that. Super powerful. You've seen it on TV. It's definitely different in person. If you dare, put yourself up against the monument and look straight up. It's kind of...
Again, we can only go to the outside to visit and to show Ashlyn, but we at least were there and got to touch it. So Then we went back and we did a very long walking tour day.
We
Yes.
went to the Capitol building. You can only get so close because it's barred up. We all know what happened back in January or December or wherever.
We decided to read it.
It's still barred up. It's still, they keep you. I mean, they keep you at a distance. It would be like the distance of the White House that you see on TV. You can't get that close, but you can still see it.
Right.
Enjoy it in all its magnificent glory. And then we went over to DuPont Circle.
Correct.
We wanted to see that area.
Embassy Row.
Embassy Row. We got to see all the embassies. Croatia, England, Japan, South Korea. Like, we walked down the street that was just embassy after embassy after embassy. It was really cool. And it was actually on our way to see the
National Cathedral.
the United States National Cathedral.
But
That
if y'all decide to walk it, I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to
go
cut you
ahead.
off. If y'all decide to walk Embassy Row, just brace yourself. If you're going to walk from Embassy Row all the way to the cathedral, it's about 2.4 miles, and it's a slight uphill the entire
yeah, it's definitely a
time.
grade.
Yes.
So bring water. Like, we started at DuPont Circle and just started walking up Massachusetts.
Yes.
It was Massachusetts Road, and it goes right to the cathedral. I would definitely say, hey, get your water in DuPont Circle, get your snacks or whatever you want, a bag, and then walk Embassy, because the whole thing is Embassy Road to the cathedral.
Yes.
And then the cathedral was absolutely beautiful.
Amazing.
Probably my favorite thing
That we've
seen here. I'm not a religious person, but let me tell you, it was powerful. It was insanely huge. It makes you feel so small and so minute.
Yes.
And then we walked down to Cleveland Station. Was it Cleveland?
I believe so.
And got back on the metro and came back.
We were very exhausted by that point.
Yes.
So, I saw the smallest Target. What I thought was the smallest Target. We were walking to Cleveland Park, at Cleveland Park Station or something like that.
But it was an underground.
But we went in, and it was the storefront the size of, say, 7-Eleven. And we went in, Ashlyn and I, and we went down the escalator, and the Target was actually underground, and it was just as big as any other Target.
It was
which
huge.
was crazy.
Because I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, wow, that's the smallest Target I've ever seen. Like,
Yes.
tiny. Like, no bigger than a large camper.
Yeah.
Like, really small storefront. And then they took a picture inside. I was like, whoa, what did... So, we saw that. We did kayaking here on the lake. You have
This morning.
complete access to the lake and the Potomac River.
Yes.
We looked it up. You could actually kayak from here up the Potomac into D.C.
Yes.
It would take one hell of a trip, but you could do that right here at the campsite.
I'm not a strong swimmer, so we did not dare.
We did the issues with museums and attractions.
But it was nice to still see everything, even if it was from a distance, and not be able to go in, because even the outside has so much to offer. When you go out, we saw George Mason.
And there's still so much more we could see.
Yeah.
We could go to Georgetown. You could go to the zoo. We didn't go to the zoo. There's a million things you could see. There's 5 other huge churches that you could see. We just didn't do those. We spent a lot of time, because it's our first trip, kind of like walking around and kind of standing still. Plus, we've had a heat wave.
Yeah,
It's
2
been
days.
really
The
warm.
I guess today's day number 3. That it spikes above 100 degrees, or feels like, or real feel, over 100 degrees. And so we've kind of opted to do things around here close by, just to make sure we stay hydrated and don't get caught out unprepared.
So that's what we did. $55 a night, 50 amp hookup, everything you need. Beautiful flat place, definitely a nice campground with the amenities you need. You're in DC.
Yes.
You can't find a hotel for $55 a night. It was easy to set up here.
Yes.
It was easy to get a place here.
Very friendly staff.
Very friendly.
We checked in when it was closed, and somebody came out. They have an emergency person in the MWR, and she was very helpful, walked us through everything, what we needed to do, and made it just easy for our first.
Yep. For our first stop. This is our first stop. Even the video, we'll get better at this. Again, we're going to put this on YouTube, but we don't care about being a YouTube star. We're doing this so that we have something to look back on.
Yes.
And if other people want to look it up, they can find it on YouTube at Warren's in Real Life. That would be the YouTube channel. And this will be, I think, our first upload. I might have done an upload of Cheryl's car when I did that. But this will be our first trip up, so that's it. Other than that, at the end of, or toward the end of every video, we want to do a review. We're going to call it Rhino's Review.
Of a new gadget.
Of a new gadget or something that this week that we're like, you know what? That's a keeper. We love it.
Yes.
So with that, I'm going to walk you over to see what I'm talking about, and then we'll come back and say goodbye.
Yes.
All right, hold on. All right, everybody. So this week, it would definitely not have been as great as it was without this. This is the Blackstone 17-inch grill. My wife, graciously, for Father's Day, got me the hibachi spatulas, this, and the scraper. This is just the 17-inch. They sell 24-inch. They sell a 6-burner. They sell a huge for if you wanted to do a home one.
And it doesn't have to be necessarily Blackstone per se. They have a lot of flat
Right, they have a lot of flat grills, but this thing, it is a lifesaver. We did fried rice on this. We did eggs on this. We did French toast on this. We did sausage, hamburgers, everything. One of the key things is this right here. This is a heat. It could sit on top of it because cheese melts with a little bit of water. You spray like eggs. So you put your eggs in, put this on top of it, spray a little bit of water, my little water bottle, and it steams the cheese on. And the best part is, it's collapsible. It fits right in the bag with the grill. Never had a problem. So that is our gadget for this video, guys. The Blackstone grill. It's a keeper.
Yes.
And it's easy to pack up, and it cooks everything you need. All right. So let's see. With that being said, I don't even know if this is going to go back where it was, but